Welcome back to another Patreon RGC map editing tutorial. On the last tutorial, we went over basically putting the map together so you can edit your own map. We took the U.S. Ravenport map from the in-game there and made it so you can use it as your own. You don't have to give any credits to anybody. You're not using another map in editing that one. Where you'd have to give credit. This is your own thing, so we started right from scratch basically. Um, we went over a few other things with terrain and the textures and how to paint the terrain and move objects around and the basics. That's what we went over in the last video. So in this video, I figured I'll show you how to import objects from other maps. Maybe go over a little XML work with placeables, because placeables is a big part of 19 compared to 17. In 17, we basically just put the factories or placeables in the map itself. You can kind of work with mods or whatever outside the map and path them in an XML in order for them to show up in the map. So that's something new in 19. I might be able to cover some of that, but this is going to be a little quicker video than the last one. I'm going to try to keep this under a half an hour, a little bit easier to view that with a little bit less time. So yeah, here we go. So right now I took everything out, as you guys saw in the last video. We don't really have any objects at all on the map except for the trees. I kept the trees. Kept all the icons and things for your starting and career points. A few of the, I think those are like basically help menus and stuff like that. So we kept all that, but I want to bring in a few things. Probably gonna try to bring in a new type of tree that just came out with FDR's map. He has a fall texture style birch trees and stuff. So I wanted to first off bring those in and see how they look like with these trees together to see kind of look. So let's go do that. First off, you need to open up his map. I've already did it. Basically, what you do is his map's gonna be zipped. You need to unzip it. So what you do is just click on it and select all or extract all, whatever. You do it that way. Then you need to extract it into a folder. But by default, if you have it on your desktop, it will go right to the desktop. So you don't have to do anything to hit extract. Then it'll show up like it did here. Sorry, I did that to save a little bit of time. So now we need to open up his map in Giants Editor. So go to his maps. You see the file here, maps US. So let's open that up in 8.1. I haven't even done this yet. I looked at his maps or looked at his trees yet, so it's all gonna be all new to me. Hope they look good. They look good in his pictures, but pictures always do look better than actual when it's in the game. Yeah, so they don't look the best in the editor, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna look great once it's imported over. Looks like he still has these pecker poles, I call them, with no leaves on or whatever. But so yeah, let's just grab this one here. Let's import this one first. So first, all you do is you select it. Make sure you select the main part of the transform, and then you're gonna go up to your file. You're gonna export selection with files. So now you're gonna choose the path that you want this to go to. You're gonna make sure you go into your own map. So our map is gonna be in tutorial folder here. Birches maps. So I can make a folder in here. I think I might already have some trees. I don't. No, I don't. So yeah, let's do it into maps. Let's make a new folder. Let's call it trees. Oops. My keyboard's messed up. Okay, so in here we're gonna call this fall birch. I think that'd be a good name for it. And then you're gonna hit save. It's gonna show up as my 3D, which is fine. Yes, and then you want to say yes to the relative path. So that didn't import it into our map. It be imported the files into a folder that's in our map. So now we can go into our map that we're working on, our i3D. Should have both of them here. And we can go down to File, and now we want to import, and it should go right straight to the last thing that folder that you're in, working in, which was importing the birch over. So choose the i3D. So open her up, and there's the small one that we saw on his map. I'm gonna exit. I'm gonna cut it out because I don't want it in its own thing. So let's go Control X, cut it out. Let's go into trees, and we'll hit Control V, which is gonna paste it in there. So now we have small one. I may change small one to fall birch 1, just so we don't get too confused with what's what here. Fall birch 1. Yeah, that'll work. And I'm going to Control B at interactive placement, hit Control B, then I'm going to click where I want it to show. So yes, it is very small. Very small. Indeed. So there's the first one. Now let's go back into his map. Let's choose something a little bit bigger. I don't think any of his birch trees are bigger, which is unfortunate. He has smaller ones. Small skin, which is just going to irritate people. Huh. You'd think you put a little bit more effort into this. Yeah, so we got small one, small skin. And I'm sure those other trees are what? Poplar. Large trees are not visible for some reason. Probably because medium. Let's go see what mediums are. So I'm gonna hit find. Yeah, I figured that was gonna be mediums. So his branches are not being shown. Yeah, that's fine. It is what it is. Looks like he changed his spruce to a little bit more browner color. I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, so it looks like that's just about all he did there. Do you want to rock? Alright, enough with this. Let's move on here. So yeah, I just think that's the only birch we can get. Kind of disappointed, and I wanted to see a nice big tree, nice big birch. I liked it. I mean, I like the height on these trees, but we already have trees that size, so. Alrighty, I'm not going to bring anything else in from this here. Alrighty. I may bring over the water from his. I haven't really seen what his water looks like in here, but yeah, let's just bring his water over so you guys can see that too. File, export selection with files. There are ways to make your own water planes and stuff. I'm not going to go over that in this tutorial, but it's pretty complicated. It's not really that bad, but for beginners it's It's pretty hard to do. I'm just actually going to do imports here. I like to keep my trees separate from my imports, so and then we'll do call it water. Yeah, that's new water. Fuck it. Water main. Let's call it water main. So I may import other water planes for, say, like a lake on a mountain or something. No, actually, fuck, I should have done that. Wish I can cancel it. I can. This is how I'm going to cancel it. Program files 86. Okay. Wonder why he puts his thing there. It's weird. Steam apps. Common. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm glad I looked at that for a second. It's just the path to that is just ridiculous. Basically, the water is coming from the end game. So when I import it out, it's setting the path to my game itself. So he does that to save space on his map, so it doesn't take up as much space. It's not that difficult to make the file paths shorter. I can show you how to do that too, I guess. But we will make this tutorial a little bit better. I'm already at 12 minutes, and we haven't really gone too far with the imports, but you pretty much already know how to import, so that's good. So yeah, let's just let's just try this again. File, not import. Export, I mean. Click on water this time, now call it water main. That's why I messed up. The path is going to be ridiculous, but I'll show you how to repath that. Alright, so let's hit save. Yes. Bada bada boom. Alright, minimize this. Now let's import the water. Surprised I didn't keep the water before. I'm actually going to create a transform and call it water. So we have our own water transform group here. Let's import it. Water main. Open. Ta-da. Control X. Control V. Control V. And now let's move up this. I don't want this to be at the bottom. I want my trees at the bottom. So what you do is you right click on it and you move up like so. Now let's set our water level. It looks like it's below this here. Not by much. And now let's just mess around with the terrain. We'll see how low it actually is here. Let's make this, set this to 25. Now subtract it down a little bit. It's pretty low. So let's try to move this water up a little bit more. We got Y25 is to 25.7. Let's try 26. Yeah. Bad, not bad. Typically, I like to do is find a good spot, and I'll hit Control R. Control R is going to set the replace value. So 23.52 replace value. You can see here my cursor. And now when I click and hold replace, once my left mouse button, I'll change that to replace. It'll go right to 23, so the ground will be perfectly flat. Those areas. It's kind of how I do my lakes. I want them perfectly flat. You're not going to go in there anyway, and you can control how deep it is. And if you're not paying attention, you can make it a little too deep or too shallow or whatever. So yeah, let's just make a little lake here. Smooth out the edges a little bit. I'll show you a little trick. I think I showed you this in the last tutorial. Let's set the slope value to like 15, and then I can go to mountain rock. So we don't have mountain rock in this because it's not yeah, actually that actually worked out here. I like to do that sometimes. Let's change the terrain, give a little hilliness and spots here. So it doesn't look like it's perfectly round. Alright, let's see. Right there, we'll paint only at a slope of 15. Kinda neat. Then you can go in with some grass. I think I just have regular grass in here. I usually do grass rough, but yeah, it's okay, it's grass rough. I just like to paint a little bit of grass textures in it. Makes it look like it belongs. Sometimes it's time consuming, but I find if you do this as you go, it will save a little bit of time in the long run. Yeah, this is just a tutorial. I do want to make a map with birches, but I'm not sure how happy I'm going to be with these birch trees. But we'll look at it in game and see. We may use it, we may not. There you go. So we added some water, we imported that. We imported a little birch tree. So now we're gonna see what it looks like over here. Man, it looks so tiny. I don't know why it chooses that too. That kind of irritates me a little bit. Control B. Smooth this out a little bit more over here. Nice. So I have scripts that I used for placing trees, and I'm not sure how to word this. I'm just gonna use it real quick. I'm not gonna really show you how to add scripts, but in my scripts thing here, I have a bunch of them that I use just to save time on here. I'm not gonna place them by hand individually. So yeah, so I do select it, go to scripts. I have a bunch of them set up for different radiuses and stuff. So 40 is my smallest one, so I may want to move this out a little bit further, just to give you an idea. Yeah, it's probably gonna go in the water. May not even work because I think I'm at 23. No, I'm gonna go into script editor just to show you guys. Anyway, I have a little bit of time. So the 41, click on that. Right now my WI, which is your water level, is at 78. I'm pretty sure I said it was 23. I'm gonna go 23.5. 23.5. Hit save. Tree distance. I'll keep that at 8. So let's replicate. No, all selections were detected. Okay. Trees. Alright, I need to do another trees transform. Create. Transform. Call it trees. This is why. This may help you guys that use this script as well. So you need to make sure you have trees and trees in there. So I don't know why it does it like that, but oh, I do know why. He just is how he did his script, so you can read it. But so I exit that out and then put it in here. So yeah, it's already in there. Now I'm gonna go click on this. I'm gonna click down here and go Shift, copy them all, exit or cut them all out, and add them all in here. So trees, trees, then the trees. And let's try to execute the script again and see if it works. And it did. There. Now you got an idea. And it placed it in the water. Why to do that? Because my water plane is set too low. What is it? 27. Yeah, I should have known that. 23.5 was the bottom of the water. So now actually this will give you guys a good idea of how to fix this. So it's 27 is my water plane, not 23.5. So I'm going to select all these trees here, just delete them. I'm not going to delete all of them actually. I'll leave one. I don't want to re-import it. Delete that. Go back to your script editor, change it to 27. I want to go 27.1 just to make sure I am above the water. 27. Even 0.5 would be fine, but yeah, 25, 7.5. And now when I do this, it should not have anything going to water. Okay. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe that's what happened. Man, this is gonna irritate the hell out of me. Why? Why? It's just does not make sense. You click on a tree and it doesn't go to its main transform groups. It's irritating me. Leave it to FDR. Alright, you notice how I get close to the water but didn't go in the water? That's why you set your water level. Save you some time. Deleting trees out of the water. Yeah, this is gonna look. Yeah, God. FDR, spend more time making things better, please. It just doesn't. I don't think they're gonna look very good. All right, let's mix in some spruces. Maybe I'll be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. So let's go Control D, Control B. Man, this tree just towers. These ones. All right. Let's edit that script. Change it so we can place them a little bit closer together. Go to 41. So 8. Let's go 6. Save. Close. Let's execute this here. So we can have some mixed in. It's just so tiny. So tiny, so tiny. Alright. And now we'll grab the big ends. The big ends, the big ends. Control D, Control V, just like so. And we're gonna go back to the script editor. Now let's go 4. Save. boom, boom. So we have a lot of trees in there. A lot of trees cause a lot of lag. Just wanted to see how it's gonna look. Let's paint the ground with some grass. When I paint the ground, sometimes I like to make trees not visible. So click on that, do visibility, don't see it, click on it. Oh wow, now I can paint my grass in. You're not gonna see the grass very well because the clip distance isn't very good, but yeah, kind of can see it. I will show you another tutorial how to import, not import, but how to add your own grass. Taking your grass out of the in-game and adding it to your own. So you can change the clip distance. So while you're editing, you can do a big area. Yeah. So let's just paint some grass in here. And then we'll take a quick look, and we're pretty much at a 30-minute mark. I may extend this video. I said I want to make it 30 minutes, but I guess I covered 30 minutes of importing. And now maybe I'll do 30 minutes of doing a quick tutorial on how to do a placeable XML. I'm going to show you a modded one. So the Giants or the Farm Sim has its own placeables. Those are pretty easy to import as well. It's kind of all the same idea. But we'll just finish this up here, make this look pretty decent. I'm not going to see where it's going, but no big deal. I think I might paint the bottom of this pond here, so I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to click on the water pane, take the visibility off from that. I'm kind of going to do the opposite, so it's 15 there. I'm going to do 15 here. Set this to 0, so the flat ground will show, but the slope limit will be at 15. We'll do dirt. What am I in that for? Dirt. Rough. So you can see how I can accidentally go over, but it won't paint unless it's flat ground. At 15. I may go to like 10 on that here and try this. Yeah, there's a slope there. Perfect. I like that. Go back to 15 and match this up. I really don't like the American freaking ground dirt. Jeez. Maybe I should have done this tutorial on European. I like the European textures a little better. Alright, now let's take a look and see what this looks like in game here. Let's turn the water on. Let's turn our trees on. Get a good idea of how this looks. I may run a script just to thin this out a little bit. So, window script editor. I'm gonna thin these trees out. We got a tree radius fix set to 9. Let's set this to 6. Now let's run this script. It shouldn't take that long. We don't have that many trees in here. More trees you add, and the longer the script will take. So tree radius fix. Yeah, to thin that out for us considerably. I actually don't really like it. Maybe I should set it to 5. Can't undo it once we do it, so it's alright. Just so you guys get an idea of what we can do with these scripts. Make your day a lot better. Just gonna manually place these, and then I'll do a tree float fix. You can see you have some floating trees. You hit your scripts. Tree float. Bada bing. even tells you how many trees we have in the map, 113. I think my 16X has over 113,000 trees in it right now, so yeah. Touch up this area here. And then we'll take a quick peek, and then we'll go on to the XMLs, placeables. Hit save. Yeah, basically showing you how to import. Pretty simple. She ready. Just gonna exit out of this, and I need to go. So already I finished the importing of objects tutorial part of the tutorial. So now I'm gonna touch base on some XML work with placeables. There was a request from a Patreon. He's having troubles with this, so try to clear it up. I'm going to show you how I do it. There may be other ways, but this seems to be the easiest way for me. So basically what I do is I import the actual placeable from the mod, the i3D, and into my map. Place it where I like it to be edit the map around the placeable, and then you can put it in a placeholder and it won't be visual or won't have no collisions. It's part of like how the i3Ds read it, placeholders. I'm pretty sure I have them saved from the original export of the map that I did for the tutorial, whatever, the first tutorial. If not, it doesn't really matter to me. I usually just delete it, get rid of it once I'm done with it, because he's not going to need it. It's just a reference to where that place was going to be. That's the only reason why you're going to import it into your map. To save file space, I just delete it. I don't put it in a placeholder or nothing. I delete it off. I need to place another, say a sawmill placeable. I'll import it again, figure out where I want it, and then go from there. So, alright, let's do this. First off, let's go into the placeable that you're going to use. I'm doing, for this tutorial, I'm going to use the sawmill that I've made into my own, basically from, I think it's Manny or something like that, original creator of this sawmill. Then I turned it into how I like it for my map. But you do the same thing. You're going to unzip it into this folder. I showed you how to do this earlier. And then open up the i3D. i3D should be in maps again. Sawmill 2. Hey. Select the sawmill. You could just go in and select the visual things you're going to bring over, but I select everything. It doesn't matter. You can delete it all anyway. File. Want to export selection with file. Same as we were talking about the whole time. It's already going to the purchase. Let's set up a new folder here because we're going to get rid of everything. Let's call it place. I may actually not call it that because I'm going to delete it. I may actually have placeables eventually in this map, so placeholder, maybe placeholders. It's all going to be deleted. I'm going to delete this whole file when I get done. So it really doesn't matter. Placeholders, and let's go sawmill for a name. Hit save. Yes, yes. Exit out. Open up your map and import the sawmill. This is probably a little bit more, a little bit quicker than I wanted to do, but I wanted to touch base this for this Patreon. He's been supported now for a few months, so I really wanted to go over this for him. On the next tutorial, we're probably going to go over like, changing, making the PDA and things like that. But all right, so let's import in the sawmill so we can kind of incorporate it into this area here. File import should go right to your sawmill, like so. Doesn't really matter where it is on a transformer. You can delete it. Let's just bring it over here. Control B, interactive placement. Kind of just place it there. Let's spin it around to where we need it. How do we want to put it? As you can see, I already have this wooded area here, so let's spin it even more so it looks like a ramp. Let me redo the terrain a little bit more too. It's always a fun part. I like to have it down just, so I have it sloped right. So let's do that first. Let's square off this area. Alright, so let's go Control R right there. And that's not Control R. Still on replace. Now let's replace. So this whole area is going to be perfectly square. I don't even care too much about that. Let's just make it all square over here. Alrighty, now I can hit Control B with this guy again. Lower it till they disappear. I like to have it right below. You can have it so you can see that. So now my Y translate. Let's just change this to like a 9, whatever. It may come up above ground. Yeah. So if you want it above ground, you can. If not, I think 8 would be perfect. That's a good height. So it's just gonna show up on the, the pallets will show up on the dirt or whatever you have painted there. So I kind of want to incorporate these logs again. So either I can make a pathway out to it, or kind of spin it over more towards that. Let's just kind of spin it, cheat it over a little bit. Like so, let's slide it this way. Now let's change the terrain. You can actually use a spline for this too. I typically use splines for this. I'm not gonna. I could probably do it real quick. You guys don't even know. I'm just gonna use plus and minus the terrain here, up and down, up and down, up and down, until I get it to where I want it. Really. Why does it do that? Huh. You can't even see the where the wood's gonna be. Even if I deleted that minus the terrain right there, you still wouldn't see that wood down there. Alright, this is the time that I'm gonna get rid of this so I can see it better. Much easier to do like that. Then the water pane is still a little too low down, but now you can kind of get an idea. It's painting this dirt here again. I think we left off with dirt, but I don't know why it says dirt there. Get an idea. I may change the water plane. I'm not gonna go too crazy with this because I want to get to the actual XML part. Just a little quick bit there. Let's bring this water back up because I think this water is going to be changed a little bit here. Let's see where we're at with the water. Yeah, so we're not going to see that at all. Why that happened? Let's click on the transform here. Like I said, let's click on the water. Alright, so we'll change this. Let's try 26. Still can't see it. 25. Alright, now we can start seeing it. 25. It's very shallow water. 24.5. Deeper. 25 would be good. You can kind of see a little bit of that. Yep, perfect. You have a little bit more there. Nice. I like it. Our sloth is working. Nothing's in the way there. Let's just smooth out this area a little bit more. Make sure none of these things are floating. So there, now we have the sawmill kind of place where we want it. Now I need to write the X, Y, and Z down on a piece of paper. So I can type it into the XML. So we got X would be at 406.539. So your Y is 29.8. And your Z is 790.656. You're also going to need your rotation. Our rotation, we got a 0, and basically 90, 89.362. Now the rotation is important because of one, how the pallets are going to spawn down. You're going to have a 0, 0, and I think it has to be below 90 for the Y. But you have to have a 0 for X, 0 for Z. The reason is when the pallets spawn in, if those are not set, they're going to be not square, so you won't be able to pick up your pallet. It's going to be at an angle. So that's it there. You just need your X, Y, Z and your rotation. So now I'm actually going to Save this here. I may do actually take the first. I may do is just save them pretty quickly. I'll make this disappear. Save it. You ready? Let's just minimize it. Alright, so what we gotta do is we gotta add our sawmill. We'll just add the actual zip. Let's copy it into your tutorial folder that you're using for your map. And we're gonna open it up. We're gonna start our career. We're also gonna need global company in your tutorial folder as well. I have it on my desktop right now. So yeah, global company, make sure sawmill and then birches. Now let's start up. It is basically buy a property. Doesn't really matter where. Might as well just buy it where we're at. Here, yes. Now let's purchase. Place it anywhere. You know it's gonna fuck up the terrain. Doesn't matter. As long as you have it in here, you're good. Okay. That's it. That's all you want to do is place it everywhere. Now let's just save the game. Quit game. Alright, first off I want to check and see if we actually have an items XML. I don't think we do yet. No, we don't. So, basically all you need to do, since it's just need to copy the from the career. Just take the whole items XML and put it in here. So, you go into your documents, my games, Farm Sim 2019, save game 2, items XML. Let's just copy the whole thing right over into the tutorial folder here. And I just put it right here. I think that's where it's grabbing it from. Default vehicles is in there. Shit, was it? Oh, default items is in here. Okay, so okay, I lied. So items is in here. We don't need any of this stuff in here, so we're gonna be adding our own. So in between items and items, it says deleted all. And then go into the items one here. We're just gonna delete this eventually. Let's copy this out. This is the sawmill that came from our save game. Item. Let's copy it right in there. Control V. We can close that up if we want, no big deal. I like to keep this over here, like that. Default items, let's save that. Don't need this one no more. Don't need that there. Alright, now let's open up a map and see if we got. See if she's in there where it needs to be. Oh, getting too far ahead of myself. Alright, let's go back into that. Too far ahead of myself. Happens. So default items. So now we need to put in our X and Y and Z that we wrote down earlier. Position. We got 480 or something like that, right? Yeah, 406. 406. Let's delete the whole thing first. 406.539. We got a 29.8. And a 790. 790.656. Now we gotta change the rotation. It's a 089.36. Price, perfect, save that. So basically, just go over exactly what we did here. First thing is you import the i3D of the sawmill or whatever placeable you want into your map. Place it where you're gonna like to place it. Write down the X, Y, Z and rotation of whatever the placeable is that you're importing into your map. I make the placeable that we imported not visible. You can delete it as long as you have the X, Y, and Z in your rotation. You're fine. Open up a career with your map. Add that placeable from the mod into your map, and then go into your items XML in your save game. Grab the information like I just did here, copy and paste it into your default items of your map, and then change your position, X, Y, Z, and rotation to match up what you did for your editor. It might be easier ways to do it, but I think this is the easiest way for me. I can do it pretty quickly on the fly, so yeah, now let's load up the map and see if that all worked. Hopefully it's all gonna work here. I'll show you how to change the name of your map and all that stuff too. Another one. I know we don't want to see sample mod map anymore. Hey, I see something over here. Exactly where you want it. All the triggers are working. You're ready to go. And it's all incorporated in the map. I lowered it down low enough so you don't see the concrete there. And you won't see the blocks, so the pallet should spawn off the track. If you like to see the pallet, the blocks and stuff, just lift it up. How you incorporate placeable data. Just to end this video real quick, I'm gonna go in and change the name of the map, so it's not sample mod map anymore. Alright, we got English, birches. Birches. Might as well just keep it at that version. It's the first version. Alright, do honor. I like to do giants as well. For Arthur. You can look up what the birches is in German. I usually, just for now, I'm going to put the birches so I know. Description. I usually just put in welcome to the Birches or whatever. Mod map 2. Jeez. what do I do here? Go see. Alright. Save that. Oh, I guess I can change that too. Doi, doi, doi. What the hell? Not typing very good tonight. Default vehicles, default items. Yeah, oh, that already worked pretty good. That's all saved. Let's try this. Alright, so map preview DDS. Oh, let's just go into my screenshots. Let's just choose another real quick. What can I use? So it's not what that is there. Yeah, I think these are purchased. Yeah, screw it. Just for now, I'm going to change it eventually. So what I do is I just open this up in paint.net. It's the easiest way to do this. I'm not going to do anything special with it. Just going to save it as a another update for this too. Wow. I didn't install it all. Alright. So I'll just click on save here. Let's just cancel. Let's go save as. Now we're gonna go find our purchase map. It's gonna be on desktop. Alright. Ah, I shouldn't have done that. Alright. Icon, I could probably just... I have an icon here actually. 256 by 256. I'm not sure if this is a 256 by 256. Let's just go image resize. Yeah, so it's not 256, 256. Alright, just one more time. Let's just do a quick test and see how this turned out.